The only thing that I can do at this point is take where I am and try to use that to make things better for what lies ahead. Most of this that I'm saying to you wasn't necessarily things that I understood 5 years ago. You know, these things have happened over the years, you know, I mean.
Being in here.
Right.
How do they happen? You think about them? You talk to somebody about them?
Well, I don't like this. I don't like being here. I don't feel that I should be here. And I'm looking for ways not to ever come back here again, you know. And so I have to think about things that led to coming here. You know, I've got to go back and from the very first memory and sort of retrace the steps and see the wrong turns, see the wrong decisions, see the wrong feelings, wrong attitudes. Because if I don't do that, there's no way that I can straighten them out.
It's possible that the society out there, when presented with this idea, will say, why should we give them any of our attention? Why should we give them any of our time? Or caring they committed crimes and killed or robbed, and just leave them behind bars and let them stick it out back there. How would you react to that?
First of all, I think that's a very dumb attitude. I think that's an extremely dumb attitude, as well as being selfish. And it probably adds to the problem because people feel that way. See, because even at 55, I'm going to be back out there, you know. And if I'm out there in a totally negative situation with absolutely nothing to lose because there's nothing for me to gain, can you imagine the frame of mind? I mean, I really, the frame of mind is such that I really don't give a damn, you know? I mean, I don't give a damn if I just blow your brains out. So what? I'll go back to prison. Good. Then I don't have to worry about anything anymore. I've got 3 meals. You got to see what happens here is society doesn't realize, those outside the wall and most of those who run the place here, what they don't realize is that you've got to pay for me one way or the other. You see, if you don't help me while I'm in, and I come out with a negative attitude, you've got to pay to put me back in, and you've got to support me while I'm in. You know, I've read some figures somewhere. I think this was for 1980, where it cost something like somewhere between $17,000 and $25,000 a year to keep a guy in here. And you're bitching about doing something to help me stay out. You know, I mean, it's your money, you know? I mean, you pay taxes, I don't. I just reap the benefits, you know? You're out of it. You know, I mean, you're out of touch with what's going on out there, you know? I mean, how are you going to function out there? You know, what can you do? What can you contribute? This kid, well, he's not a kid. He's 22 years old. But when I met him, I mean, he was like, wow, and I mean, just, I mean, he's the kind of guy you just want to kill, you know? I mean, you just want to kill him, you know? At any rate, he became my cellie, you know? And we started to talk, and he would tell me certain things, and he wouldn't hear them from anybody else. In other words, what he told me stayed with me, and he started to tell me more things, and I got to understand him, and I got to tell him how I felt, you know. And he just got transferred yesterday. Today's Friday, Thursday. He got transferred Thursday, and the change between when I met him and what he is now is like the difference between day and night. And he told me something that made me feel so good that I if we hadn't been on the yard there, I probably would have cried, you know. And he said that, you know, being in the cell with you is the best thing that ever happened to me, you know. And I mean, I can't tell you how that made me feel, you know. Because I'd done something, you know. I mean, here, in this place, you know, where there's absolutely nothing good to do, you know, I'd done some good, you know. And now at first he couldn't read. I taught him how to read. I got him interested in books and learning about himself and about how to deal with people. And he's grown from a wild, silly, violent, unfeeling, immature child into a man, you know? And the change was so obvious that his mother wrote me, you know, and
wow.
And
well, congratulations
really
for that.
You know? Yeah. So I'm doing what I can, when I can, where I can. But to see the thing there was that he wanted it. He wanted to change. See, and he was presented with an opportunity and an alternative, and he took it. And that's what I'm saying that the prison system should be about. Present a guy with an opportunity. Give him an alternative. Not everybody's going to take it because some people will never change. But you've got a lot of youngsters here. You've got a lot of young guys. You know, and give them a chance. Give them an opportunity. Give them an alternative. You know? And some will take it. You know, what if only 10% take it? That's 10% you don't have to worry about anymore. You know, that's 10% that can contribute something. You know? Shit, give me a chance, you know? I mean, bring it down to a more personal level. Give me a chance. Give me an alternative. Give me an opportunity, you know? But that's the one message that I would like to get over to them. You know, present some alternatives. Because you're going to pay either way it goes. You're going to either pay for constructive things or you're going to pay for the destructive acts. Both ways. Because the act might be directed at you. Because most guys don't plan things. It's spur of the moment.
Random.
Right. And it could be you. It could be you, you know? Well, I think as a child, I wasn't really aware of limitations. It was as I began to grow that I realized that that was a fantasy rather than the reality.
I dreamed I could fly. I dreamed I could fly.
Oakland, California, July 1986. After 5 years in state prison and a year in limbo in the county jail, James has finally received a court date for his retrial. What lies ahead is uncertainty.